Okay guys, exciting wedding update. My Blue Crew sweatshirts have come. So I talked about this a little bit in a previous video that instead of doing bridesmaids, I was feeling it was tough to narrow it down when it came to bridesmaids. It was hard to choose and who to not include and include. And when I thought about my bachelorette party, basically what I was thinking about was when I do my bachelorette party, I want to have all of my friends there, but to name all of those people as bridesmaids, it just felt like a lot. So my fiance and I decided that in lieu of doing traditional bridesmaids and groomsmen and having them walk down the aisle, I didn't want to have to deal with the politics of all that, who walks down first and like who stands where. So I just decided I'm gonna make it stress-free, and everybody that we invite to our bachelorette and bachelor respective parties, we will name as our Blue Crew. So to ask my Blue Crew to be in the Blue Crew, I ordered some sweatshirts. So I ordered these from Rush Order Tees. They took a little bit of time to come. I ordered them 2 or 3 weeks ago. Let's see, they do t-shirts, sweats, hats, activewear, polos, outerwear. They do it all. So I designed this and it's very me. The design is so me. How cute are these? Oh my gosh. So I got everybody a nice big sweatshirt. This is what the sweatshirts look like. Are they not the cutest thing you've ever seen? I'm actually jealous that I don't have one. I do have one, but mine is white since I'm the bride. So here's the plan, Stan. And I'm gonna do this now. Local girls, he needs to come investigate. It's Customs and Border Control. Local girls are taken care of. I actually did all that yesterday. So it was really cute. I put it in a cute little blue bag with blue tissue paper, but I need to ship this to some girls as well. I went to Staples and I just wrote out a little note here and then a little sign that says, will you be in my something Blue Crew? So what I need to do now is wrap these up with my note, and I need to go to UPS to ship them. So I went to my parents yesterday and my mom and I were putting the bags together. My mom was like, oh my gosh, it's getting real. I think I only have to ship it to 4 people. I think I was able to do 6 people local because it was normally 5 people local, 5 people away. But one of my friends is actually in town this weekend, which was very convenient. 2, as you can see, the cats are extremely helpful through all of this. Really, really helpful here. Like if you have cats, I cleaned my jewelry every Sunday. Today is Sunday. And I go to lay it all out on a towel to dry. And V goes and sits right on top of it. Yep, that'll do. I'll just sit right here. The local girls are much easier. You just stuff it in a bag. And then the tissue paper, it looks so nice. With the non-local gals, I've had cats in my life, right? We had cats growing up. We had a cat growing, I'd say like in my childhood, we had like 3 cats. These cats are so involved. From all the cats I've had, I've never had cats that are this involved. Like they have to be in everything. Wherever I am, they are. Like we all get up at the same time, we go to sleep at the same time. If I'm in my office, they're in the office. If I'm in the kitchen, they're standing with me in the kitchen. Like they are Velcro. My question is, when you get animals, are they foreshadowing of what your kids will be like? Because I've got Bear. Bear is an angel. He's an angel, he's perfect. He's my guy, like he's my firstborn. Depending on how long you've been around, you may or may not know, I originally adopted Bear and Tiger. We suspect that Tiger had something called FIP. We don't know for sure, but that was our suspicion. And he passed away very suddenly and very quickly, and it was so tragic. And Bear, of course, was beside himself. So I adopted V. And V is insane. He's insane. He's in everything. He He was like peeing on everything. We've gone through like 8 comforters in the past year because he pees on everything. I brought him to the vet. It was like, does he have diabetes? Does he have a UTI? Like, what's this about? They're like, yeah, no, we checked everything. It's just behavioral. That'll be $400. Cats have such personalities. My fiance grew up in a dog house. I did not grow up in a dog house. I grew up in a cat house. My fiance, when I first adopted the 2 cats, Tiger was purring. My fiance goes, what is that noise? Like, why is he making that noise? Ow! And now he's a full-blown cat dad, and he's like, they have such personalities. Like, he's in love with them. He's like, I did not realize how big of personalities cats have. Now we are chewing the ones that have been put together, which means I have some free time to actually put some together. Okay, I need to go meet my friend for coffee though. So I'm sure that this will be completely destroyed by the time I get back. Then I'll finish these up. Good morning. I feel like I usually wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but these past couple weeks, it has been next level, and I'm gonna tell you why. My fiance and I got a new mattress. Should I tell you this story in the bedroom? I feel like that's fitting. Let's go in there. Hello from the most comfortable bed on planet Earth. So the story is this: the love of my life, my fiance, has had, however you want to look at it, scoliosis. When he was in his early 20s, he had back surgery, so he has a huge steel rod in his back. So he doesn't have a good back, but we love him for it. Anyway, because of this, he is very particular about mattresses and chairs, and he has been begging me to get a new mattress. We just got a new mattress, and my life will never be the same. It's a smart mattress. So I'm gonna go somewhere else and tell you about it, because to be honest, my bedroom is freezing. Wherever mama goes, they go. No, that's like perfect. You should stay right there, actually. So I wear a ring that tracks my sleep score, and I always get high sleep scores. Like I said, like, not to brag, but I'm a good sleeper. This smart bed, I have it linked down below, and I have a discount code. You can get up to like $750 off, anywhere from $500 to $750 off, depending on which one you want to get. Life-changing. The bed adjusts while you're sleeping. So if you have certain pressure points where, you know, when you're sleeping, your neck could use a little bit of relief or your legs could use a little bit of relief, it will adjust while you're sleeping. And you and your partner can have different levels of firmness. So there are so many things that this mattress does. So when we first got the mattress, we both set up our sides on the app and we answered a bunch of questions, and it told us what level of firmness we should do. So right now I'm sleeping at like a 30% firmness. He needs more firmness on his side of the bed, and it will adjust while you're sleeping. So it readjusts, it rebalances like 100 times during the night to relieve areas that need pressure to ensure that you get the deepest sleep possible. My sleep scores went from being good to great. I got the first night we were on the mattress, I got the highest sleep score I've ever gotten. That first night on the mattress, my fiance woke up the next morning and he was like, this is insane. There's so much more that this mattress does, but I'm gonna be talking about it like all the time. So I need to cut myself off now because I could go on. I'm telling everybody about it. I'm obsessed with it. It is life-changing, but we're gonna keep vlogging here. First thing I'm gonna do is make some banana bread. My fiance gets home from a long work trip tomorrow, and I have a bunch of bananas that are gonna go bad. So I'm gonna use the Drina Burton's recipe, and I'm gonna go ahead and make that now. So let's do a pretty little recipe video. I very much tapped into teacher me this morning. I was making some reels and I drew up this little smiley face and sad face because I was talking about how if your life has a lot of this in it, maybe you work a job you don't like, or you have relationship stress or family illness, or you are stressed out about the political state of the world and everything that's going on. If there's a lot of this in your life and the one thing that makes you feel this is food, then of course, once you start eating, you're not gonna wanna stop because it's the one thing that makes this sort of float into the background. You finally feel this with food. So what I encourage and argue in this reel, or you can find it on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, wherever you are, is that you have to learn to fill this jar up with things other than food. So here's some examples that I used in the reel of things that I've seen with other people. Community, fill up your jar. Sports, I've heard my fiance say, he's like, I cannot imagine a world without sports. Like, what would I live for if not sports? Reading, that's a big, we call them primary foods in Slim. Dancing, friendship, family. And it's okay if food goes in this jar. You could channel that into something healthy. I know that for my dad, for example, food is absolutely something that makes him happy, but he has channeled it into creating healthy meals for my mom and for the family. And that's how he shows love, is through food, but he does it in a healthy way. So he's channeled it into healthy eating. And that used to not be the case. So this is something that you want to keep in mind, that if the only thing that's in this jar is food, and there's a lot of this in your life, and food is the one thing that makes you feel like this, then you're gonna have some problems with your health and with food addiction and with your weight. So that is the reel that I made today, and I felt like a teacher. I was drawing these up and cutting up these little pieces of paper. Okay, so like I said, my fiance gets home tomorrow from a work trip. I'm gonna do another little date night for us, but this time, this jar is no longer going to be the things that make me happy jar. Last time I wrote up little questions for us and I put them in the jar. I think what I'm gonna do this time, I was creating meditations for Slim yesterday, and when I was creating them, I was like, wow, these quotes would be such good conversation starters. So I'm actually gonna go through the Slim meditations and I'm gonna write down some of my favorite quotes, because the way the Slim meditation works, I'll show you right here. I start with a quote of the day where I talk about a quote, kind of give my wisdom and insight on it. I encourage you to inhale something and exhale something, and then I give you an affirmation to take with you. And you do this every day when you're in the Slim app. But the quotes, some of them were so good. So I'm gonna write some of those up and put them in the jar, because I think that those would be really good conversation starters to do over dinner. And I'm thinking for dinner, you know, I won't spoil it. We'll wait till tomorrow and I'll show you what I come up with. I really wanna, I'm doing like a clean out the freezer sort of meal. I have a lot of things that I wanna move along. I'm not sure what I'm gonna end up doing. I might do like a stew, I might do tacos. Stew is so easy because you just throw everything together. The fact that I voluntarily put myself on the internet like this, questionable. I'm gonna do my hair. So I had it in heatless curls all night and it's done. No. Pull it back into a ponytail, up into the ponytail. Give the ponytail some volume on the top. Okay, jewelry, initials necklace, single diamond, and then my gold earrings. All right, let's make the rest of the spring outfit. Okay, I'm back in my color palette, so I'm feeling myself again. That blue, while I love that sweater, I bought it knowing that it wasn't part of my color palette. I am a soft autumn, I've learned, so that bright blue is not the color for me, but this color is. Okay, so it is the season of Lent. If you are not familiar with Lent, Lent is from Ash Wednesday, which this year was quite late. It was the 5th of March to Easter, which I believe is 420, or maybe it's the 19th. Nope, it's 420. Happy Easter. So I always do Lent in one way or another. I can remember, here's the list of things I have left to give up. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink coffee. I don't eat junk food. I don't smoke. I don't stay up late. I don't sleep in. I could give up air. What I do for Lent is I always add something to my routine. So this year I decided for Lent, I am every day for at least 15 minutes, I am reading and taking notes on this Michael Singer book. The book by him that literally changed my life is called The Untethered Soul. If you haven't read that book, I urge you to read that book. It is life-changing. It truly changed my life. I had never felt more in control of my mind and my thoughts and my emotions than I had right after reading that book. It is life-changing. He has another book. I think he came out with this in 2022, I believe. Yes, May 2022. And I didn't read it. Didn't even know that it came out because I read The Untethered Soul 2020 maybe. So Lent started yesterday and I have started with my at least 15 minutes. The reason why I made it 15 minutes is because it's a short enough amount of time that there's no excuse, but also it's this reverse psychology where I'm probably gonna end up reading longer than 20 minutes. I mean, yesterday I had to force myself to put the book down because it was just so good. But it talks a lot about the concept of the fact that we are not our thoughts. I talk about this very often. I actually just made a module in the Slim program all about this. It is, for those that are in the Slim program, stage 14, I believe. Yeah, stage 14 is about detaching from your thoughts, becoming the observer of your thoughts. And the first 3 chapters I read yesterday. Yes, took so many notes. That's the great thing about, I got this on Amazon. I bought a used version for like $3 on Amazon and shipping was like $4. So if you're willing to wait a little bit longer than doing Prime, you can get it for really cheap. I think all in this was like $7, so I'm marking it up. Man, there's so much good stuff in here. So once here's some stuff that I highlighted. In order for you to understand what I'm about to say, you have to understand the core philosophy of all of this, which is that we are not our bodies, we are not our thoughts, we're the observer of all of this. I'm not my hand, I'm the person that sits inside and watches everything happen. I'm not my body, I'm the person that sees my body. When I look in the mirror, the body that I see is not me, I'm the person that sees the body. And this is why I talk so much about health, because this is where we live inside of this body, and it's going to be a very troublesome, tiring, aching life if we're living inside of a sick body. Who we are, our soul, the person that's inside our body, for many of the people that I work with, never gets to fully experience life because they are so fixated on the body and the physical, what we're inside, what is representing the outside of us. So you have to understand that we are in here. Actually what you're looking at is not me. I am inside of this body. I know it can sound, if you're not familiar with this, it can sound very out there, but those that get it. So now that it's clear that you're in there, this is something I highlighted yesterday, and what he means by in there is you're the person inside of this body, it becomes reasonable to ask, what do you do in there? Even more relevant, what's it like in there? What an interesting question to ask. What's it like in there? What's it like inside this body for you? If people answer honestly, most would say that it's not always so much fun in there. And he makes a great metaphor here where he says, imagine walking into a house that has dirt, banana peels, and pizza crusts all over the place. It happens to be a beautiful house, but no one took care of it. It can be beautiful again, but some work needs to be done. This is exactly the situation inside of you. So if you find that your internal environment is very troublesome, it's not that you're ruined. It's a beautiful house that you have. It just needs to be cleaned up. Loving this book. Now, we're gonna try, I need to make a recipe video for Instagram. Every Tuesday, I post a recipe video on Instagram. So I have a schedule that I follow, my Fashion Fridays. Tuesdays, I always post a recipe video. Monday and Thursdays, I always post sort of this educational, value-packed video. Wednesdays, I post my long form on YouTube, so on and so forth. So I need to go film a recipe video, and we're gonna kind of make something up. So let's go in the kitchen, let's see what we can do here. Okay, we're in the kitchen. Let's see what we can do here. Let's hope it goes well. I have some chocolate and I have an apple. and I'm gonna try to make some fondant. So the chocolate that I have here, and I have some water boiling because I'm gonna boil this apple. I'm gonna chop it up and boil it. But the chocolate that I have here are the Hu chocolate gems. I wish that I had my unsweetened chocolate because then I could really see, you know, what this would taste like. But these are a great option. They are made of cacao, unrefined coconut sugar, and cocoa butter. And what I really like is that they don't have any artificial sweeteners or erythritol. So pretty good option. And then I have an apple. I'm going to peel this and chop it. I think I'm just gonna use half though, because I don't wanna use a ton of this chocolate if it doesn't work. And what I'm gonna try to do here, I'm gonna boil the apple, drain the liquid, add in some chocolate, mix it all together, blend it, add it into a mold, and see if it works. So we've got our apple peeled, which honestly reminds me of when I was little. My mom used to peel apples using this contraption. Is that like nostalgia? Do people have that anymore? Okay, I'm gonna weigh these so that I can give you the recipe. So I know how much apple I'm using. Okay, 3.1 ounces of apple. I've got my big camera set up here because I'm gonna make the recipe video for Instagram on my kitchen table, as I usually do. All right, I've got my apple. I'm gonna put it into the boiling water, but I'm gonna record myself doing it. So I gotta move it over to the table. Okay, apples are in. If you're still using plastic bags, I would like you to check out stasher bags. They're awesome, they're super cute, and they're much better for the environment. This is the mold that I'm gonna use. It's just a silicone muffin tin. Again, get it on Amazon. They're the best. You don't have to use oil or anything. I don't know how long these will boil for, but this is why you have me. I do all this so that you can just follow the recipe. Okay, my camera is here. These are just about done. They took maybe 10 to 15 minutes to boil, so I'm going to shut that off for now. I'm gonna drain the water. I'm gonna add in some chocolate, and we'll see. I think the issue I might run into is that I don't have enough product for the blender. Like if I had an immersion blender, this would be perfect. This is 1/3 cup of chocolate chips. Turn the heat back on low, because I don't want to burn it. Oh, wow, melts nicely. Melted really easily. That's good. All right, I'm gonna put it all into the blender because that pretty much melted right away. I'm honestly wondering if I should just put it in this one. I might take a chance here. Oh man, guys, I don't know if this is gonna work. But again, this is why you have me. I make the mistakes. I think this is working. It worked. All right, now let's pour it into the mold. Okay, here we are. We have it in the mold. It's very watery, so I'm not sure if it's gonna settle, but I'm gonna put it in the fridge and we'll see. Here goes nothing. Okay, back in my office because I wanted to let you guys know that for the month of April in the Slim program, starting on April either 7th or 6th, let me look at the calendar, April 6th is going to be the start of the spring cleaning challenge in Slim. So in order to be a part of the challenge, it's a 6-week challenge. All you have to do is be in the Slim program. So if you're in the Slim program, you have access to the spring cleaning challenge. It is going to be a 6-week challenge where each week we're going to focus on a different pillar of cleaning up your lifestyle. So the reason why I'm telling you about this now is because I just wrote out what each week is going to focus on. So week 1 is going to be clean up your diet. Week 2 is going to be clean up your exercise. Week 3 is gonna be clean up your sleep. Week 4 is gonna be clean up your thoughts. We're gonna be talking a lot about this kind of stuff. Week 5 is clean up your environment, and week 6 is clean up your habits. So I've just written out all those pillars, and my next piece of homework is to write out the modules for all of them. So as part of the spring cleaning challenge, you'll get a new module every week that focuses on that one thing that we're cleaning up. So cleaning up your diet, your exercise, your habits, your sleep, your thoughts, your environment. Really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be such a great refresh so that you can head into the warmer summer months feeling super confident, feeling at peace, feeling energized, and making sure that your mind is calm and centered and grounded. And like we talked about with this, you live inside of this body. You are not your body, you're the person that lives, the soul that lives inside of it. So we have to ensure that the body that you're living in is healthy so that you can go out and live a fulfilled life. How do you join the spring cleaning challenge? Just join Slim. Okay, I'm gonna get out some dinner stuff now because it's in the freezer and I wanna let it thaw. I talked about this in one of my recent videos, how when things are at peak ripeness, that's when I like to freeze them so that they stay at their absolute best. Frozen vegetables are usually fresher than fresh vegetables because they're frozen at peak ripeness. But these are ones that I actually bought fresh and raw and froze myself. So I took out here, and I'll show you how this all comes together. I will insert the footage of that after this. But we have some bell peppers, and I'm just going to let these thaw because it's morning now. Bell peppers, frozen mushrooms from Whole Foods. And I like to do this now. I'm gonna put these in the fridge so that they do thaw out. That way when I cook them, they won't be waterlogged because I can drain all this water before it's time to cook them. I'm gonna do a few carrots. Tofu, I actually got this tip from one of my clients. She said if you freeze tofu, then when you go to cook it, it will soak up whatever you marinate it in much more. So we've got tofu, the best tortillas, and then for my significant other. Frozen avocado is a good thing to use when it's sort of getting lost in the recipe. Like if you're making avocado toast, I probably wouldn't use frozen avocado, but for what I'm gonna be making, it will be just fine. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more. There we go. I'm gonna let that thaw. And then I'll show you what this turns into. All right, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to join Slim so that you can be a part of the spring cleaning challenge. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next video.